What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,700 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very, very much. And yes, we are still well into, I think we're going into fall. We're still, the kids are back to school. A lot of people are going back into the office, back to work. So I figured, what better way than to have everyone just chill out with a product I was just privy to. So today we've got Charlie of Tea Runners. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, how you doing, Ashley?
I am great. How you doing today?
Very good, very good.
Awesome. So, Charlie, what part of the country are you representing today?
I'm actually Canadian. I live in just outside Vancouver, BC. I'm actually in my warehouse right now in Ferndale, Washington. So I guess you could say I represent the Pacific Northwest.
Okay, we'll take that. We've adopted you. We'll take that one. Certainly. All right. So, Charlie, I want to get the backstory. How did Tea Runners actually start?
Well, let's see. I think I was pretty much born to be an entrepreneur. I never really wanted to do anything else other than, create businesses, create products, and create value for people. Tea Runners is obviously it's a subscription box for high-quality loose-leaf teas. And I got into the subscription space a really long time ago. I was inspired by a product called Graze, which was like a subscription box for healthy snack foods that was really popular in the UK. And I guess I saw this sometime around 2011, I want to say, 2012. And I was just really inspired by the whole subscription space. I thought it was just a really neat concept. And I actually, at the time, I worked with another company, and we put out a subscription box for healthy snack foods in Canada around 2012. Inspired by Graze, we sort of tried to make that work in Canada, but for a number of reasons, it didn't work very well. But in that time, I was, having dived into the subscription space and actually created something, I thought I came up with a much better idea after the fact. And that was how I became inspired to create Tea Runners.
Okay.
So it's, Tea Runners has like the world of tea. There's just so many different kinds of teas, and a subscription service like ours is a perfect way to sort of get access to really high quality stuff that you would probably never find because there's just so many all over the world.
I know.
And we can bring that to your door.
I love it. I love that. What would you say was the first major challenge that you guys faced when you started the brand?
Well, having run a subscription before this one, I think I had known about a lot of the places where you can have problems when it comes to actually operating the business, like, sourcing your product and getting it shipped on time and in a cost-effective way. So I actually did a lot of homework before starting Tea Runners. So getting it off the ground making it work from day one was not really a big challenge. Most of the challenges came later when it started growing. And those are challenges that we still kind of have to deal with today. So when we started, it was a pretty straightforward product. It was just one box with 4 teas that we picked for you. But we realized quite quickly, the expression, not my cup of tea, right? Well, everybody has very different
taste
preferences. And so we started offering 4 different boxes. And then we started offering different delivery schedules. And then we started offering full customization for everything that you get in that box. So you can really choose from any about 15 to 20 teas that we offer every month. You can really personalize your experience. And the challenges really have been making all of that work, like getting just the operations involved with dealing with that many teas and so many different like combinations of boxes. Mm-hmm. That's where most of our challenges have been, and we've been working on really big software update to sort of make this perfectly smooth for everything that we've created.
Definitely. Yeah. Now, the pandemic has affected everyone, all right? There's no one on the face of this planet that has not been affected by this pandemic, but I wanted to know, how did COVID affect the way that you guys source your tea?
Well, it didn't really affect the way we source. It has affected some of our suppliers. So we work with about 20 to 30 different suppliers, and some parts of the world we get tea from, like Nepal, have been hit really hard. And getting teas out of Nepal into the U.S. has been a challenge. It's just so some suppliers have been affected, which affects us. Right. But by and large, like for supply, no, it hasn't really been that big of a problem. I think our problems with COVID are pretty similar to most other businesses. You know, we have a fairly small staff, right. But and we, you know, unfortunately, most of them are wearing masks and gloves even before COVID, right? Because we pack tea. Yeah. And we had some COVID scares, you know, with staffing and staying home and things like that. So it's pretty scary, right? It's pretty scary. You don't know if the staff gets sick, we would essentially shut down. I don't think that we could replace staff that quickly. But you know, I think we're fortunate that we were not hit like so many other businesses, especially like we're an e-commerce company, right? So we don't deal with customers in person, but any other businesses that have customers and storefronts and that, and restaurants and bars, and it's been very challenging. And luckily for us, we have not been affected quite as much as others, but it's tough.
Yeah, definitely. So for you, as the founder, creating this company from nothing, what would you say stands out as your proudest moment?
You know, I would say one of the most proud moments was the day we launched, because it was a lot of work went into getting everything ready. I would say at least a year's worth of work before we launched, and then on the day we launched, we already had several hundred customers right away. So it was really exciting to see that validation. Right. That was a really, really cool moment. I think it's a moment you only really get once. But other really proud moments, I mean, I think one of the things about this business I like the most is that our product brings people a lot of joy. Yeah. And so just bringing working with customers, doing customer service, and it's a pleasure because everyone is happy. Yes. You're not dealing with a lot of angry customers. So it's that I've always liked that kind of perk about running tea runners.
Yes, definitely. Now, what would you say has been one of your more popular teas? Do you have like a specific kind or one that's from a specific area? What tea is more likely to sell out?
Well, some of the, it's a funny question. Like the most popular teas I find are the ones that have coolest names. I mean, obviously, like Earl Grey is a popular tea; everyone knows it, right? We have a very, very high quality Earl Grey that we get from a supplier who has won, the top first place award with that tea in the Earl Grey category at the Tea Championship Awards for like 5 or 6 years in a row. So it's a really, really good one. That one is definitely one of our most popular. Yeah. I'd have to say Lemon Drop Black is also very popular. We have some very rare high quality teas from just straight teas, like one called Sagarmatha Gold, which is a really high quality Nepalese tea. That one's really popular too. It's very hard to get, and so it's like one of the rare teas that we have that people really like. Okay. our Laoshan black teas are really popular. That's one of my personal favorites.
That sounds good. I think whoever you were working with that marketing, Charlie, that just sounds great. I love all of them. They all sound delicious.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, we have I don't know how many, 400 or so teas on the rotating through the roster right now.
Wow, that's a lot of tea.
And it's essentially what we do is we put them out to everyone, and we assess which ones are most popular, and we keep those around. And then ones that were not, we sort of drop off the roster and find new ones. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Now, last but certainly not least, Charlie, what advice would you offer to any aspiring entrepreneurs?
Wow. Well, having been at this a long time and gone through a few failed ventures, I would definitely say to do as much work as you can up front to validate your idea before you spend all your time trying to make it work. Like after you've created a product, people can start with a year's worth of work on trying to create a product that they have no idea if there's people want. I would say that is one of the most important lessons I've ever learned, because I've certainly done that the wrong way around before.
Cool.
I could probably think of several other examples.
But no, that one there is perfect. I love it. Charlie, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so much for passing through. Let everyone know the best way to get the product, of course, and to follow you guys on social media.
We're at trunners.com, and all of our social media handles are just at trunners. You can find us. We're really active on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Sounds like a plan. Appreciate it. Much more success to you and the team, Charlie. Keep up the good work. All that tea up there.
Thank you so much.
Smelling lovely. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.